Are you stupid or something? You probably are, and buddy, that's alright. You're in the right place to learn some stuff, so stick around and you just might. My name is Notme, and I'll be asking some Q's, and at the end you'll be riddled with A's. You might score real high, but even if not, you'll sure be glad you played. If you're looking for prizes, just move along, there's no money for you to earn. You win by trying and doing your best, your prize is the stuff you learn. If you want to be an artiste, you have to know all you can about the world of art. So engage with this quiz, and at the end you'll say, I am smart.
I am not me. I am Art, and I am your host for I Am Smart, the quiz where people look to improve their art through learning and strive to earn the right to say, I am smart. The format of the quiz is very simple, very straightforward. 3 rounds of questions for your brain, 3 musings for your imaginosphere, and a 2-point bonus round at the end. 20 points overall, that's your maximum. That's the top level, that's the window, that's the glass ceiling. But it's not one we smash through, it's one that we comfortably bump against, like a helium balloon. All you'll need for this quiz is something to write with, something to write on. Optional is a beverage. Where's my beverage? Here it is. Ooh, see-through. Because whilst it's absolutely nothing to do with the actual quiz, we do like to kick things off round here with a toast. So here we go. Yeah, let's go with there. Let's go there. To Sam Smith. Last week at the Brit Awards, Sam Smith showed up wearing this spicy ensemble. Ooh, look at that. And in doing so, taught us that if people call you fat, you shouldn't feel obliged to hide yourself away. Sometimes the braver thing is just to stand there. Just to stand there wearing latex and rubber. He also taught us, however, that if you are planning on wearing a skin-tight rubber suit to an event for 48 hours prior, you probably need to avoid legumes, pulses, and other winter vegetables. It's a timely reminder to Sam Smith. Double dip. Wonderful. Goodbye, Sam. Cheers to all the Smarties. Who have we got? Who have we got in the Smarties tube today? TB Douglas, hello Smarties. Hello to you, TB. Hello, Nana Hobbob. Hello, SJ Beck 72. Definitely not Duda. Ready to learn. That's what I like to see. Stephen Ashwan 8. Evening. Killer Kilch, afternoon. A very immediate and stark reminder that we have a global audience here. And we're all together. We're all doing the same thing. Arms across America, but a little bit better. Killer Kilch, Iris is napping. We are pumped. That's exciting. Napping child. Airwell Time Warner missed the show last week, but just saw a clip. Looks like it could have benefited from the reliable high-speed internet of America Online. It absolutely could have done, AOL Time Warner. Would have been lovely to have your reliable, delightfully reliable internet on hand. Instead, we had the juddery, unreliable step mother, evil, wicked step queen of the internet, Spectrum. But so far, it seems to be holding up just fine. Holding up just fine. So that's exciting. That's exciting. Uncle Town, hi guys, with the cheese. Hello, Uncle Town. Acton, lovely to see you. Lovely to see you, Maple Panda. Hello to you. Sarah Kilch, what's up? Acton, Stuart Seaton competing against each other in the same room. Are there stakes, Acton? Are there stakes to this competition? I would love to hear about them if so. JRPV20, quiz. Hands up. Absolutely. I realized as the countdown was going on that I didn't update the rounds for this week. So there are some here. This is an unfair and not up to date list. We do not have a Notme Wood, unfortunately. We did that last week. We do not have a Nart. We did that last week. We've got the Gimme 5. I did a Gimme 5 again. We do have, what was the other one? Sarah Kilch, thank you so much. You are very clever for following Notme. Well done. That's exciting. Although you weren't even following me. My word. My word. How some people choose to live their lives. What was the other round? Desperately trying to work out what the other round was. Is the okay, yeah. Your friend and mine. No, that's some terrible typing there. So the high point score for last week, is that 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Here's a challenge. Here's a challenge. What else have we got? What else have we got? Alphabet's in there. No, thank you, TB, but that is iconic art. Yep, that's in there. Movie ladder. Yep, that's in there. I know that voice. That's in there. Yep. Who dat artiste? Yep, that's in there. Lyrics. Song lyrics. Song lyrics. There we go. That's our full roster of 12 songs. Last week, the high point scorer in the internet fraught episode was, of course, definitely not Duda. Is it enough to call definitely a savant at this point? I'm not sure. So definitely, if you are there to the victor the spoils, you get to pick one of these rounds that we will definitely be playing. And the other two will get chosen from the round selector. So definitely not Duda. At your leisure, although hopefully within the next 15 to 20 minutes, could you make your choice. Stuart Seaton, a bag of mini eggs to the winner. That's high stakes, guys. That's high stakes. Not only is it a bag of mini eggs, which is one of the finest chocolates/candies in existence, it's an early bag of mini eggs. I mean, this is mid-Feb. This is mid-Feb. They've really had to go out there and hunt down the first sight of a mini egg on the shelf. Bam! Straight in there, straight in the trolley, straight in the basket. I'm purchasing it, okay? This is exciting. Definitely not do this as Alphabet. Straight in there. It's in. It's done. It's in. And for the other rounds, gosh, who knows? Whoa. There's the music. So there's the rounds. There's the rounds. I dropped one on the floor. I'll pick it up later. So we've got yay or nay. We've got red herring and we've got alphabet. What a delightfully eclectic group of rounds. Okay, so that's kind of weird. That's fine. What else was it? Red herring. That's kind of interesting. And then that was... Okay. So maybe we'll start red herring. Then we'll go yay or nay. Then we'll finish up with alphabet. And we're going to try and get through this nice and quick, guys. We're going to try and get through this nice and quick because, I know you've all got lives to get on with. Lord knows we all do. That we're going to come in, we're going to improve our art through learning. We're going to get home on time, guys. That's what we're going to do. But we're going to kick off, as threatened, with a little bit of red herring. Uncle Town says, not me, it's my birthday in 2 days, BTW. That's very exciting, Uncle Town. That's very exciting. Uncle Town, for those of you who don't know, is one of our elder statesmen when it comes to watching this show. I've never had it confirmed, but in my mind, Uncle Town is around kind of mid to high 80s, kind of in that Christopher Plummer type age range. And so we're very... it's wonderful. It's genuinely wonderful that you've reached another year, Uncle Town. So well done to you. Well done to you indeed. Killer Culture redeemed ad time. Should we do some ads? I mean, I'm not sure. I really have a choice. I mean, I think it's got to be ad time. And if you don't want it, blame Killer Kilch. There we go. Okay, so some people are watching an advert. There we go. And other people are not watching an advert. That's lovely, definitely. Happy early birthday, Uncool Town. To your health, Uncool Town from AOL Time Warner. My goodness. Don't apologize, Killer Kilch. This is wonderful. Everybody loves adverts. Adverts are art. Yeah? Adverts are art. Are art. Okay? You don't even get to see your ad. That is a shame, but you get this wonderful exclusive time. You've still got 30 seconds to go on that advert. I will say I am working on a sponsor for this show. Got a couple of irons in the fire here, guys. It very well may be that that by the time we get to our next episode, the ad time will be actual ad time. So that's pretty excited. Monkey Pixie Funk, time for bed. Unco, school tomorrow. Okay. What? Get sponsored by Chewy for Jesus. I would love that. Get some free stuff for Jesus. That'd be wonderful. Are we all back? Are we back in the room? We're back in the room. Red herring. Guys, sometimes when creating, it's best to start at the end and work backwards. Like Michelangelo, when he painted the Sistine Chapel, he knew he wanted to finish by fundamentally damaging his body and eyesight. But how would he get to that point? Yeah? How would he get to that point? In this round, we start with the answers. And then I will give you the questions, but which question goes with which answer? That's what we're dealing with here. So let's go. Answer. What's the topic? And it's a topic that I'm sure a lot of you will be really into. The Kardashian family. It's the Kardashian family, guys. The red herring of the Kardashians. And I can tell, gosh, if I really strain, I can hear the cheers coming out from around the world. Thank goodness, they say. Thank goodness Notme's finally addressing the Kardashian family, one of the most influential families on television of the last 30 years. Got to go to bed. Okay. Night, Uncool Town. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and happy birthday for 2 days' time. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. And I hope you sleep well. I hope you dream of all kinds of stuff. So, we've got, of course, Kendall, Kim, Chloe, Courtney, Kylie, and Rob. It's Kylie Jenner and Kendall Jenner. And, it's these people. We all know them. So let's go. Let's go for question number 1. Which Kardashian has children named Psalm, Chicago, Saint, and North? It's one of these. So at the moment, you've got a 1 in 6 chance. It's the same as rolling the dice, baby. Rolling the dice. Exactly, Nana Hobob. It's one of these people. Well done. Which Kardashian has children named Psalm, Chicago, Saint, and North? We're going to go through these pretty quickly, and then we're going to go back. Yeah? Which Kardashian had a hit reality TV show with then-husband, basketball player, Lamar Odom? TB Douglas, not sure about this topic, not me. Well, let's for the naysayers, let's see if we can find some... Find some statistics. Let's move on. Number 3. Which Kardashian came second in 2013's series of Dancing with the Stars? It's got to be one of them, guys. I'm giving you the answers here. I'm literally giving you the answers. Keeping Up with the Kardashians, often abbreviated to KUWTK, premiered on the E-Cable network on October 14th, 2007. It ran for 20 seasons over the span of almost 14 years, becoming one of the longest-running reality television series in the US. It's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive, guys. Number 4. Which Kardashian was mocked when Forbes magazine described them as the youngest ever self-made billionaire? Keeping Up with the Kardashians was, critically panned since its premiere. It was often criticised for the high degree of emphasis on the famous for being famous concept and for appearing to fabricate some aspects of its storylines. However, some critics recognised the reality series as a, quote, guilty pleasure and acknowledged the family's success. Despite the negative reviews, Keeping Up with the Kardashians attracted high viewership ratings, becoming one of the network's most successful shows and winning several audience awards. You can't argue with this, guys. Can't argue with this. The series' success led... And question 5. Which Kardashian starred in an ill-fated 2017 commercial in which they solved police brutality and the commensurate protests with a can of Pepsi? It's got to be one of them, guys. It's got to be one of them. Okay? The series' success led additionally to the creation of numerous spin-off series, including Kourtney and Kim Take Miami, Kourtney and Kim Take New York, Chloe and Lamar, Kourtney and Chloe Take the Hamptons, Dash Dolls, Robin China, Life of Kylie, and Flip It Like Disick. And if you were paying attention, you'd have noticed that I just gave you one of the answers. Hoo-hoo! Let's go back. Let's do those questions again. Question number 1. Which Kardashian has children named Psalm, Chicago, Saint, and North? Which one of them? Which one of them? Which Kardashian had a hit reality TV show with then-husband basketball player Lamar Odom? Were you paying attention, guys? Were you paying attention when I just gave you the answer? Were you paying attention? Maybe. Or maybe not. Question number 3. Which Kardashian came second in 2013 series of Dancing with the Stars? For those of you unaware, Dancing with the Stars is essentially Strictly Come Dancing, but American, where the production is slightly larger and the dresses are almost uniformly smaller. Interesting. It's an interesting difference that I've noticed. Finally, a category I know. I'm so ashamed and proud. Please don't be ashamed, you girl Sarah Kilch. Be proud of your knowledge. Knowing about the Kardashians is as important, IMHO, as knowing about, say, operas. Yeah? It's all just great art. Which Kardashian was mocked when Forbes magazine described them as the youngest ever self-made billionaire? Et finalement, which Kardashian starred in an ill-fated 2017 commercial in which they solved police brutality and the commensurate, lovely use of that word there, protest with a can of Pepsi? Pepsi. Won a lot of awards, a lot of Teen Choice Awards, a lot of People's Choice Awards, a lot of People's Choice Awards, MTV Movie and TV Awards for Best Fight, Kourtney versus Kim. Any Emmys? No Emmys. Anyone else getting a frozen not meat? Apologies if you are. We've had a couple of little dips. Apologies for that. Okay. And that's the end of that round, guys. Let's get rid of these tactically. This one, and then this one, and then this one, this one, this one, and this one. And let's get on with the musing, guys. Let's get on with the musing. Can't have a round without a musing. If you were in the Kardashian clan, that's not a reference to the KKK. just because they like to spell things with a K. What K name would you have, and what would your main thing on the TV show be? They've all got a thing. What would your thing be? Obviously, you'd be very heavily made up and rich and probably raven-haired. Sure, that's a given. But over and above that, what would be your thing? What would be your gimmick? And what would your K name be? Is everybody struggling connection-wise? Am I audible to all? Or am I unaudible to all? Apologies if you are. Let's get back to main. That's the end of that round. You're okay now. Okay. We're getting there. It's better than last week, at least. It's better than last week. But the day that I can say goodbye to Spectrum is a day that I will be blissfully happy. What else have we got next? What's next? It is, of course, yay or nay. Yay or nay, guys? In order to be a great artiste, you must be able to discern lies from truth. I'm going to tell you 5 things, guys. But do you believe them? Because I might be being as dishonest as sports companies when their clothing adverts show only people doing sports and not just sitting around watching TV, when that's mostly what people use them for. We've got a topic. A subject for this, yay or nay. And it is, of course, obviously, when you're doing a quiz, at some point you're going to get around to it. It's peanuts. Yeah, it's peanuts. So all of these yay or nays are going to have something to do with peanuts. You just let me know, guys. You just let me know. Yay or nay? Colin Farrell's character in Bruges kills someone with a peanut. Yay or nay? Do you believe that? Yay or nay? In Bruges, kill someone with a peanut. Yay or nay? Number 2, Dusty Springfield's maternal grandmother used to call her Peanut, which was the inspiration from the song Nut on her debut album A Girl Called Dusty. All of you Dusty Springfield fans, people who are mad keen on Dusty Springfield, very pleased at this moment. Very pleased indeed. Number 3. In the 2019 movie Peanut Butter Falcon is named for the protagonist's pro wrestling alter ego. Yay? Or nay? It's got to be one of them. I will say that. I'm, red herring, I give you all of the answers. This, I'm giving you the answers as well. It's either yay or it's nay. Nice and simple. 2019 movie Peanut Butter Falcon is named for the protagonist's pro wrestling alter ego. Number 4. The first person who ever provided a voice for Mr. Peanut, mascot of Planters Peanut Company, was Robert Downey Jr. Mr. Peanut, if you're, for maybe some Brits out there who don't really know, you're thinking, what's Mr. Peanut? That's Mr. Peanut. You probably will have seen him at some point. On a bag of nuts, perhaps on a plane. Might have seen but the first person to voice him was Robert Downey Jr. Really? You tell me, guys. That's the whole point of the quiz. And number 5, Lucy and Linus's surname in the Peanuts comic strip is Van Pelt. Van Pelt? From Pelt? Really? I'm not here to answer these questions, guys. I'm here to ask them. Except for later, when I do, in fact, answer them. A quiz show without answers is ultimately just somebody sitting here asking a lot of questions. It's like watching Tucker Carlson, perhaps. Is Lucy and Linus's surname in the Peanuts comic strip Van Pelt? Is that America? And for amusing guys, we're sticking with Mr. Peanut here. Create a nemesis for Mr. Peanut. Talk to me. Describe this nemesis for Mr. Peanut. And this might be a useful one for you to do because, you know, the way that movies are going, at some point, this guy is getting a movie. This guy is getting big screen adaptation. And in that moment, there'll be some very rich people getting paid even more money to come up with a nemesis. And if they can steal it from you, they absolutely will. You might get your idea up on the big screen. That's very exciting. Create a nemesis for Mr. Peanut. Killer Kilch. I'm writing it, actually. Well, there we go. Give some nice ideas for Killer Kilch to help her finish that darned first draft. It's always the trickiest one, isn't it? It's always the trickiest one. I think that's 2 rounds down, guys. I think that's 2 rounds down, and I think we're making great time. And I'll apologize for any... Didn't Mr. Peanut die recently? I believe he did. That's a great point, Sarah Kilch. Let's see if we can... examples. Does that come up with the thing? No. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm sure we'll be able to find something. There we go. See, look at all these awards that the Kardashians have won. Gotta be good. Gotta be good. Did Mr. Peanut die recently? Mr. Peanut is dead for some reason. 104-year-old mascot of the Planters Snack Food Company has died after sacrificing himself in what appears to be a traumatic road accident. Wowzers. Why Planters killed off Mr. Peanut? His funeral will be aired during the Super Bowl. Yes, I think it was last year. Gosh, I mean, it just... Again, you want to talk about people getting paid a lot of money for... Thank you, Killer. Thank you, Killer. R.I.P. Nuts, as your girl Sarah Kilch. Seconded. Seconded. Wonderful stuff. What's last, guys? What's last? Oh, baby. There is no such thing as bad art, guys. This is all thematically really coming together now with the Kardashian thing earlier. There is no such thing as bad art, okay? You might love poetry written in dusty old books, but that doesn't give you an excuse to not appreciate poems written in greetings cards, okay? So at some point, we just need to comprehensively go through all art. And what better way than alphabetically? Alphabetically. But what letter are we doing this week, children? If I can get a little bit Sesame Street with you. This round is brought to you by the letter C. The letter C. C for miles, of course. C for miles. So all of these answers... Oh, I should have been doing the thing, shouldn't we? How do you spell alphabet? Alphabet. There we go. In the alphabet round, I'm going to pose 5 questions about art to make it easier. Each round will have a specific letter. We know that it's C. The and A don't count, so the BFG would be seen to begin with B. For people with first and last names, we're looking for the first letter of the first word of the surname. So Sacha Baron Cohen would also be seen as B. Okay, but this is all C. So all the surnames will be C. And all the titles will be beginning with C once you get past the A's and the the's. Okay? Just A's and the's, actually. So of would still be O. You understand. So let's kick this off, guys, with question 1. And the answer begins with a C. I'm giving you all the answers this week, guys. This should be really easy. With which band did Lionel Richie begin his career? With which band did Lionel Richie begin his career? Question number 2. Which classic American novel is told from the point of view of a character called Holden Caulfield? Holden Caulfield. It's a classic American novel. Question number 3. Which upcoming threequel marks Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut? Which upcoming threequel, what a wonderful word that is, marks Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut? I'm not going to tell you the answer. I'm going to tell you that it begins with C, though. Question number 4. Which professional wrestler turned actor starred as the titular character in the superhero TV series Peacemaker? Nana Hobbop. I thought the Baron in Sacha Baron Cohen was a stately title. Unfortunately not. No, that would be Baron Sacha Cohen. And he is not, I believe, a title holder in the British Empire of any kind. Just funny guy. Real funny guy. Real, honestly, the fearlessness that he has in pursuing his unique brand of comedy is very inspiring, you know? For instance, in Borat, there are certainly scenes in Borat that you really have to admire his balls. You really do. Sacha Baron Cohen. What a guy. What a guy. And final question. Which Robert was a pioneer in the underground comics movement, that's with an X, very deliberately, of the 1960s and created the character of Fritz the Cat? Which Robert was a pioneer in the underground comics movement of the 1960s and created the character of Fritz the Cat? Oh, that's wrong. Shouldn't be with an X. I was a little bit cocky there with this X, not realizing that there was a fraudulent X coming down here. Fritz, not Fritz. Fritz the Cat. That's a different cat. This one's a tricky one, probably the trickiest. That's why it's number 5. Need any of those questions again? Do let me know, but while you are typing that, let's get on with the musing. What are some of the features of your ideal church? Church begins with a C. Now, this is non-denominational, guys. When I say church, it could be for any existing religion. It could be for a fictional religion. It could be for a religion that you make up yourself. It could be a religion that exists in a different work of fiction that you feel particularly drawn to. Whatever creed, whatever faith you want, maybe it is just for, a plain old Christian one. That's absolutely fine. But if you could improve it, if you could take God's house and improve it, boy, I'd love to hear it. Boy, I would love to hear it. What are some of the features of your ideal church? Dream church, it could also be. Sounds like a lovely place to visit, doesn't it? Going for your holidays this year? Yeah. Having a long weekend in Dream Church. Make sure you have the ice cream. Oh, I will. That's mainly why we're going there. The ice cream, and of course to see that big wreck of the boat on the beach. Very inspiring. Very inspiring stuff. Some people go now to Dream Church because of the TV show that was filmed there. They want to go to Bill Nye's character's house, but I would not recommend it, because the people who do actually live in that house didn't realize it was going to be such a big thing, and they're just not happy about it. They're not happy about it, and they will come out. Obviously, it's in a quiet, quaint English seaside town, so you're not going to get shot, but you might get duffed up with a rolling pin. Forewarned, okay? Forewarned. And guys, those are all the questions that we've got. Those are all the questions that we've got. Those are all the point-scoring questions that we've got, except for one. It's at this point, I would just like, before we go through the answers, it's at this point I would just like to tell you a little tale, if I may. Regular viewers, long-time fans, long-time acolytes will know that I don't tend to get a lot of Christmas presents. Oh, not me. You gotta be kidding me. No, I really don't. And it's because my parents never really celebrated Christmas in a gift-buying way. It's just not their thing. Aside from each other and other relatives and their friends, of course. No siblings. And I'm not really, you meet these people who have kind of, I've got 3,000 friends and they've all got Argas. That's not me. That's not me. I'm a simple guy. I can really exist on one, maybe two friends. And one of them's my son, who is also a dog. And he doesn't have a lot of spare income. So I don't tend to get a lot of presents around Christmas. I have worked around that in recent years. Thank you, Killer. That's lovely. That's a lovely representation of the presents that I just don't get. In recent years, I have come up with a scheme of sorts to counteract this called the SSS, Self-Secret Santa. So, tends to be in the first or second week of Christmas, I will have 5 beers, or the equivalent, 3 strongly poured pina coladas. I will consume them. I will go online and I will purchase some things. I will purchase some things for myself. The following morning, when I wake up with a little bit of a hangover, at least until I have my morning milkshake, I have forgotten entirely what I purchased the night before. Therefore, things arrive, already gift wrapped. Thank you, Amazon. And then I have the thrill on Christmas morning of opening presents that I don't know what they are. And it's as if somebody else has bought them for me. It's a wonderful system. Until this year, I didn't really get anything for myself. And I thought, that's unusual. That's not like me to not get me anything. I hope me's okay. I hope I am okay. Earlier this week, I got an email reminder from an airline company. Turns out I was actually very generous with myself this year, maybe too generous. I bought myself plane tickets to a place called Antigua. So next week, there will be no quiz, for I will be in the Caribbean island of Antigua. What I'm going to do there, I don't know. Maybe limbo. Maybe more pina coladas, maybe some cricket. These are all the cultural touch points I have for Antigua at this point. But there's going to be no quiz. I'm a little annoyed with myself because that is a lot of money at a time when I am trying to save up to pay off quite a substantial chunk of medical debt. And it has set me back quite a lot. But hopefully it will be nice and relaxing. So if you have any great hot tips for Antigua, please let me know. And I'll do that next week, and I'm sure I'll have some photos, some videos, some hilarious stories from Antigua. I will be going with cameraman George. He claims that he had no influence in the present buying. I asked him, Were you there with me when I purchased this? He claims no. And unfortunately, there is no way of verifying that. I'm worried that maybe he talked me into buying him a present as well, which I don't like to do because I kind of feel like my friendship and employment of him is gift enough. Very generous. Wow. Yeah. Gail Sarah Kilch, lovely bikini stuff. Yep. Find some good travel art. Hopefully I will find some travel art. Yeah, that'll be good. Sounds lovely. Looks like this quiz is really paying off. Wear sunscreen. Yes. Gail Sarah Kilch, I hope your sweating condition doesn't act up in the sun. I think you and I both know that it will. I think you and I both know that I will be drenched in sweat. But at some point I've just got to push through that. Don't forget the budgie smugglers. Absolutely not. Supernash18, thank you so much for reminding me. My budgies will be firmly, tightly packed in, smuggled. Absolutely smuggled. Consider opening a foreign bank account while you're there. I have heard that, actually. That's good. Caribbean island for kind of tax purposes. Oh, Bank of Antigua. That's a very good idea, AOL Time Warner official. Came up with that quite quickly, didn't you? As a company, maybe we shouldn't look too hard at your books, AOL Time Warner. Guys, I think it's time to get on with some answers, isn't it? What was the first round that we had? Oh, of course, Kardashians. The musing, guys. The musing. If you were a Kardashian, if you were a flippin' Kardashian in the clan, what K name would you have and what would be your main thing on the TV show? I don't want you to tell it to me, guys. I don't want you to say it out loud. There's only one thing I want you to do with the answer to that musing. I want you to get it in the chat. Yeah? I want you to get it in the chat whilst we go through the answers to these questions. So let's get the answers back up. You already know the answers. My gosh. This and this. That's all of them. That's 6. That's all of them. So question number 1. Which Kardashian... This is one I actually have to look at the answers for. Which Kardashian has children named Psalm, Chicago, Saint, and North? It is, of course... Oh, I don't, do I? It's Kim Kardashian. It's the main Kardashian. There we go. That's all the information I have for that. Question number 2. Well done if you got that one right. Which Kardashian, this is the one I gave you the answer for, had a hit reality TV show with then-husband basketball player Lamar Odom? It was a spin-off from Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It was, of course, Khloe and Lamar. Khloe Kardashian. Not a traditional spelling, but by God, you understand what point they're trying to make. Number 3. Which Kardashian came second in 2013 series of Dancing with the Stars? It is, of course... Rob Kardashian, Man Kardashian, Kardashian. That's his nickname. That's my guess. Question number 4. Which Kardashian was mocked when Forbes magazine described them as the youngest ever self-made billionaire? It was, of course, Kylie Jenner. Because she's not. I think that's pretty clear at this point. She's not. And number 5, which Kardashian starred in an ill-fated 2017 commercial in which they solved police brutality and the commensurate protests with a can of Pepsi? It was, of course, Kendall Jenner. Kendall Jenner. Solving police brutality with a can of Pepsi. Would that it was so simple. The red herring, therefore, being Kourtney Kardashian. Get out of here, Kourtney, you flipping red herring. Wonderful. Good luck, and well done if you got any of those right. Some of them quite tricky if you're not a big fan of the Kardashians. But, of course, why aren't you? It's won so many awards. Let's get on with some of these musings, guys. Your girl Sarah Kilch straight in there. Big fan of the Kardashians. Crystal. Lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely work. And I collect senior dogs and dress them like popular singers. That would get you over. That would absolutely get you over with the fans. The fans would be big fans of that. And then they would start to do it. And, you know, a nice side benefit of that is you're encouraging people to adopt senior dogs, which is always a good thing. Always a good thing. Dress them up like popular singers. It'd have to be some of the most iconic popular singers. A Lady Gaga, a Freddie Mercury, a David Bowie. You could have half a dozen dogs dressed as different versions of David Bowie. Sam Smith with the big fart suit, you know. Lots of options for you. That's lovely. Definitely not due to Constantine. My thing would be battling demons. That's outstanding. That's outstanding. And would really, I think, just give a slight twist to the Kardashian formula. You know, mostly it's about throwing drinks in people's faces. Mostly it's about not saying something or saying too much or having a go or being a bit catty. Mostly it's that. But then every so often, oh, it's Constantine Kardashian. And they are, you know, having to source the sounds of Hell's Kitchen here, guys. The sounds of Hell's Kitchen. Every so often, Constantine Kardashian would have to be, you know, online trying to source various types of blood, various rune stones, or ancient books of apocrypha and eldritch magic. And so people say, okay, yeah, that was refreshing. That was different. That was something else. Maybe even encouraging a different audience to come on board. That's nice. Killer Kilch, Obs, that makes sense. That's already your name. And I would punch them every time they said something stupid. I would worry if your gimmick on a Kardashian show is punching somebody every time they said something stupid. My worry would be for your knuckles. I would worry that, because they're wonderful people, absolutely wonderful people, salt of the earth. But sometimes they do say things that are a little bit ignorant. For instance, that Pepsi commercial. So if one of them said, I'm going to do this great Pepsi commercial, then it's, do you know what I mean? I would worry that maybe your hand would really, you know, repetitive strain injury kind of thing. So just be careful of that, Killer. TB Douglas, Claire. Wow. It means famous in Latin. TB, educating the masses. Lovely stuff. Lovely work. Giving it a little bit of depth. A little bit of depth there. It represents the lack of effort that I would have made to be famous. And my thing would be rolling my eyes. Again, I'm worried about your eyes there, TB. I'm worried that they might sometimes stick in the back of your head. And then not only would you not be able to see, but we'd have to see the back of your eyeballs. Not necessarily the nicest thing in the world, but love that it means famous in Latin. Love that you've done the legwork there. That's great. JRPV20, Canada. I would be the Kardashian that didn't know what to say ever. Canada. Didn't know what to say ever. Well, that's fine. That's fine. There's got to be a quiet one. You could be like Jamie Oliver's wife in the Jamie Oliver TV shows, where sometimes she just kind of shows up in the background. She doesn't really say much, but you really feel her impact. That's lovely. Nana Hobop, Nicholas with a K. My thing would be doing Nicolas Cage impressions all the time. I mean, that's gonna brighten up any show, right? That's gonna brighten up any show. Jumping around, high kicking, climbing up the walls, howling like a wolf. I mean, when is that inappropriate? Give me one example of when that's at funeral. I don't suppose they do too many funerals on the Kardashians, though. Super Nash 18, Keith, the pasty one. Keith Kardashian. Again, it's a curveball. It's not what you're used to. The pasty one. Yeah, I mean, because there's begging out for a pasty one. They're all very bronzed. Very, very bronzed. Whether that is naturally, with the natural melanin in the skin, or with additional bronzer or tinted moisturizer. SJ Beck 72. Kerching Kardashian. Kerching Kardashian. That's lovely. And they love a hyphen as well. Turning dross into gold. Might be the richest of them all. SJ Beck 72. That's lovely. Clive. I like that. I like that AOL Time Warner. I think I would just be really into brunch or charcuteries. And the charcuteries that you'd be able to afford as a Kardashian would be eye-watering. Oh, it's a bit of pork. Oh, great. Oh, here's some ham. It's all just pork, isn't it? It's all just pork. Oh, maybe some Bresaola beef. Oh, pork and beef. Great. I'm a Kardashian. I want shark. I want sharkuterie. Did we just come up with something brand new? Sharkuterie? Shark meat, hammered thin, wafer thin, treated and cured, and served with small cornichons and appropriate cheeses? It's the dangerous form of charcuterie. Do you remember Jaws? Do you remember Deep Blue Sea? Do you remember The Meg? Get your own back in the most sophisticated way possible. That is art. Thank you, Nana. We got there, didn't we? We really found something. Crystal, says Stuart Seaton. My thing would be going to thrift stores and buying fake bling. Nice. Because then it really holds up. Because they've got real bling, you've got fake bling. And then it's like, from a distance, can I really notice a difference between Chloe and Crystal? Maybe. Maybe not. That'd be up to you. I'm acting Karma Kardashian, and I'd be an annoying well-being coach. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds like you'd really fit in. And also, maybe you'd have a kind of a theme tune. Karma Kardashian. You need to work on your chakras and maybe some inner peace. Meditation so easy. All you've got to do is clear your head of any thoughts. You should be pretty good at that. Come on. Nice. Do you know what, guys? Do you know what? Flip. Points all round. That was excellent. That was so good. It makes me worry that should have been the last one. Never mind, though. Let's move on to yay or nay. Yay or nay. Nice and easy, guys. Nice and easy. I'm looking for some nemesis. Nemesis for Mr. Peanut. Nemesis for Mr. Peanut. Who's the natural predator of a posh 1920s rich peanut? You let me know, guys. You let me know. Don't say it out loud. You're always trying to say things out loud. I want you to get it in the chat. Get it in the chat as we go through the questions. Question number 1. Colin Farrell's character in Bruges. That's a double in. Excuse you. Improvisation. Colin Farrell's character in Bruges kills someone in Peanut. Yay or nay? Nay. It was his character in Daredevil. So it was kind of true but kind of not. That's what makes the best kind of lie, I've heard. I heard that from my mum, actually. It's the kind of thing that parents teach you. Does it show up through the thing? Yeah, there it is. There it is. Well done if you got that one right. Question number 2. Dusty Springfield's maternal grandmother used to call her Peanut, which was the inspiration for the song Nut on her debut album, A Girl Called Dusty. You want to know something crazy, guys? You want to know something crazy? Nay. And do you want to know what's true about that? She has an album called A Girl Called Dusty. It doesn't have a song called Nut on it. No reference to the grandmother. I just made it up. I just had a funny half hour and made that whole thing up. Can you believe that? Can you believe that creativity? Number 3, in the 2019 movie Peanut Butter Falcon is named for the protagonist's pro wrestling alter ego. Yay. Yay it is. He is the Peanut Butter Falcon. He's a lovely guy. He's going on a road trip with Shia LaBeouf, so he's having a crazy, slightly homeless time. And he's having a wonderful time. Big fan of professional wrestling, and he calls himself the Peanut Butter Falcon. Great stuff. It's a lovely film. It's a lovely film if you haven't watched it. I think it's Prime Video. The first person who ever provided a voice for Mr. Peanut, mascot of the Planters Peanut Company, was Mr. Robert Downey Jr. Yay. Yay. Can you believe that? You should do. I mean, you can look it up if you want. He's the first person ever. It's 104 years old, or 105, I guess now. 105 years old. And the first person ever was Robert Downey Jr. And he's not 105 years old, so a long time he didn't speak at all. And then final question number 5. Lucy and Linus's surname in the Peanuts comic strip is Van Pelt. Yay. Lucy and Linus Van Pelt. Well done if you got those ones right, although it was 50-50, so you don't deserve a huge amount of credit. Create a nemesis for Mr. Peanut. Let's have a look at some of these nemesis. Super Nash 18, Mr. Cashew. Wow! Sticking with the nut theme, a bigger, stronger, flashier, and some might say tastier version of Mr. Peanut. That's excellent work. That is excellent work, Super Nash 18. A classic nemesis is someone who's just kind of the same, but just a bit better. How is Mr. Peanut going to tackle Mr. Cashew when everybody in a bowl of mixed nuts will go straight for Mr. Cashew and overlook Mr. Peanut? How's he going to do it? Probably with some kind of jetpack or something. I don't want to write your film for you, though, killer. Definitely not Duda. Mr. Nougat. Ooh, baby. He got sick of Mr. Peanut overpowering him in candy bars. So we've got an origin story here. We've got an origin story. So what's a nougat? What's a peanut and nougat chocolate bar? Because when I think of nougat, I just think of a double-decker, but I don't think that's the thing that exists in America. Peanut and nougat. Let's have a look. I'm interested now. This is a rabbit hole I want to go down. Gosh, it's tricky though. Nothing really jumping out. Oh, just peanut and nougat. Oh God, that looks delicious. Let's move on. Killer Kilch. Me Al Largy. He'll kill anyone who loves Mr. Peanut. That's lovely stuff, Killer. Bringing in the real world danger, the real world peril of debilitating nut allergies. How does he kill people? How does he stop people? Just by making their throat all big. Anaphylactic shock, etc. I mean, that's dangerous. That you want to create some real stakes there. Some real stakes. That's really nice. But then, if Mr. Peanut manages to tackle me allergy, then we're done with nut allergies for good. And what a wonderful place that would be. What a wonderful world that would be to live in. That's nice. Nana Hobob. A fan at a baseball game just snacking through a doubleheader. Nice and simple. And maybe Mr. Peanut doesn't know who the bad guy is at first, and he's trying to work it out, and he assumes that it's some kind of big grand plan. What can he do? No, it's just a regular guy. Just a regular guy who loves chowing down on peanuts. And he does that thing that people do in baseball stadiums, but no other stadiums, where they'll just have a load of peanuts and just litter, just shed the shells just strewn about. I don't care. Somebody else can pick it up. That's baseball. That's lovely. AOL Time Warner, elephant, a Latinx elephant. I hear elephants like peanuts. They do like peanuts, AOL Time Warner. That's smart. That's very clever. I like that a lot. Elephant. Yeah. I mean, I certainly wouldn't be able to play it. There'd be some strong calls for whitewashing there. I'd be in that kind of Emma Stone, Scarlett Johansson kind of bucket then. Even though I could probably do a pretty good accent, it might veer into parody at some points, but my heart would be in it, you know? But then you think, Oscar Isaac. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. JRPV20, upper thighs beware. My Mr. Peanuts nemesis would be anaphylaxis lad. Similar, wielding EpiPen injectors like a marginally more safety-conscious Milky Bar kid. Oh, okay. So, mate, JRPV20, you have put the cat amongst the pigeons. You've put the peanut amongst the people allergic to peanuts. You're posing, essentially, if I'm reading this correctly, Mr. Peanut as the bad guy. Because Mr. Peanut is giving people allergic reactions. He says, I don't care if there are some people who are crazy allergic to peanuts. There are other people who like peanuts. And so I would rather satisfy their tastes and let these people die, potentially, than not exist at all. He's being selfish. And then Anaphylaxis Kid comes along. Milky Bar Kid wise. Anaphylaxis lad is strong and tough. Milky Bar Kid? Yeah. And only the best is good enough. The eppiest pen. the eppiest pen. The clearest throat. The medicine. The throat. Goat. Boat. Schnote. The great medicine. People not dying. That gets my vote. I mean, it took a while to get there, but I think there's something to work with there. Great stuff, JRPV20. You're a bad guy, Mr. Peanut. Says this JRPV. Your girl Sarah Kilch, the crusher, like a miniature car crusher that follows him around. Yeah, just wanting to get into that crunchy, tasty stuff within. Lovely. M. Acton. Pistachio with an amazing moustache. Oh, it'd be amazing moustache. Would it kind of be clam based? Because you have that look of pistachios as clams. Just trying to anthropomorphize it a little bit. Pixar it a little bit. Make it a bit more fun and light. Parminder Nuthead. He has a very small tie which can be used as a weapon. I like that, Stuart Seaton. Parminder Nuthead. Parminder is kind of an vaguely South Asian vibe to him. I'm not sure why that's specifically necessary, but I'm sure you've got your reasoning. Very small tie which can be used as a weapon. Excellent stuff. Nana Hobbop, a regular guy, perhaps the greatest nemesis there is. We're making points here. We're making very specific points about society at large. And speaking of points, it's points all round, guys. Points all round. We've got our final round here. Alphabart, where we have a musing that is pretty open-ended. Alternate musing, the budgie smuggler constantly getting Mr. Peanut into a tight spot. Just kind of gripping Mr. Peanut. I'm going to crush you, nut, would be his catchphrase. Musing, what are some of the features of your ideal church? This could go really, really well, or we could run into some difficulties. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Get it in the chat there, guys. Get these musings in the chat as we go through the questions here. Oh, doubling up there. With which band did Lionel Richie begin his career? It was, of course, the wonderful, the incomparable, the Commodores. etc. Question number 2. Which classic American novel is told from the point of view of a character called Holden Caulfield? It is, of course, The Catcher in the Rye. Well done if you got that one right. You can feel a little bit smug because it's a literature one, and people who are really into literature are sometimes, though not always, a little bit smug. Number 3, which upcoming threequel marks Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut? It is, of course, Creed 3, the sequel to Creed 2, which itself was a sequel to Creed 1, so they've kept the naming structure for that quite tight, unlike the Fast and the Furious, in which none of the films follow the same naming structure. That's a choice they've made, and Creed has said, no, we're just going to do 1, 2, and 3. Well done if you got that one right. Looks good. He looks pretty punchy and musculature. Which professional wrestler turned actor starred as the titular character in the superhero series Peacemaker? Excuse me. It was, of course, John Cena. Might have caught you out because Cena could be spelled with an S, but then it also sounds like C. So, you can go back and forth on that one. Question number 5. Which Robert was a pioneer in the underground comics movement in the 1960s and created the character of Fritz the Cat? It was, of course, Robert Crumb, sometimes credited as R. Crumb. If you got that one, please let me know, because I think that might be worthy of a couple of croc points as well. What are croc points? Of course, did I do a thing for croc points? Yeah, I did. And those are croc points. What are some of the features of your ideal church? Let's see what we've got here. TB Douglas, heating. First and foremost, heating. A choir leading songs for the whole time. Beautiful stained glass windows. Stained glass windows are the best. Absolutely. In a world of windows, when people say, oh, my favorite thing about windows is that I can see through them, stained glass comes along and says, hey, what if you couldn't see through them, but you didn't mind? That's pretty good. Definitely not. And heating, lovely. And choir leading songs for the whole time. It's all singing. Like a club, pretty much. Like a Sunday morning club. Definitely not due to super comfortable seating. Spa-like restrooms. Lovely stuff. An amazing food and drink menu, and everything is free. It should be. God's paying. I mean, sure, you're getting us the wine. That's lovely. But what about the crackers? Oh my goodness. 2 seconds here, guys. Ad starts in 17 minutes. Okay. What a treat. Here is the man, the myth, the legend, my son Jesus. Oh, thank you, son. Oh, thank you. I guess you must love me a whole bunch. Lovely stuff. You can stay with me for the rest of the show. Everybody loves Jesus. Talking of churches, my God, that's all worked out rather nicely, hasn't it? AOL Time Warner Official, a classic issue of Time magazine in the back of every pew. Lovely stuff. So if you're just not interested in what the church leader is talking about, just thumb through and read about the life and career of Michael Douglas. Oh, gosh. Isn't that interesting? Oh, my goodness. He's done a lot of work for charity, hasn't he? I didn't realize that. Killer Kilt's Church of Cheer. Every time I say something, my parishioners would cheer. So Killer Kilch, interestingly here, has positioned themselves as the head of the church, which wasn't specified in the musing, in the wording of the musing there. But Killer Kilch has taken it upon themselves. Lovely. Every time I say something, my parishioners would cheer. I mean, yeah, it's difficult to argue with, isn't it? It's difficult to argue with. You could say, what do you think, Jesus? Yeah, okay. You think, well, is that just there to boost up your ego? And you'd say, yeah. And if people want to show up to it, if it's got good heating and spa-like restrooms and amazing free food, people would cheer. People would cheer, whatever you said. You're giving them free bonbons. Maybe a Cinnabon. Do you want a Cinnabon? How much is it? It's free. Yay! That's a great church. Yell Sarah Kilch. Fire. Lots of fire. Fire walking. Burning of effigies. All the materials are burnt into wood. Wow. Wow. Okay. A lot of churches, or at least Christian churches, will try and avoid fire as much as possible because that has connotations of hell. Your girl Sarah Kilch leaning into it. I want the whole thing on fire. You should talk to TB Douglas. TB wants some heating. And if everything's on fire, gonna be nice and toasty. Gonna be a toasty little service going on in your girl Sarah Kilch's church. Lovely stuff. Burning of effigies as well. I hope you're okay, Sarah Kilch. Apropos of nothing. I hope you're doing all right. Super Nash 18, some incredibly enthusiastic singers at the end of every pew to cover all those just miming to the songs/hymns. That's good, yeah. You don't have to feel pressured to sing. If you don't want to sing, if you want to mime along, like James Caan at the end of Elf, that's fine. His son's giving him jip for it. Hey, Dad, you've got to be singing. You need all the Christmas spirit. Not so in Super Nash 18's church. It's got it covered, okay? Jamie Cullum's at the end of the pew. He's given it socks, okay? I'm absolutely fine. Lovely stuff. Emma Acton, Sister Mary Clarence leading the singing every day. Is that from Sister Act? If so, having Whoopi Goldberg in any kind of church setting, I think just works for me. Not least because, again, leading back to Killer Kilch, every time you see her, every time you say her name, it sounds like you're cheering. Whoopi! Who's in church? Whoopi! That's great. That's the positivity we need. Gin Bar. Says Super Nash 18. Fantastic. I like that a lot. Starting off with the singing. Yeah, I quite like the singing, I think. I quite like the singing. Singing will be good, so you can get the lovely songs going, and you don't have to feel self-conscious, and everything's working out. On second thoughts, actually, gin. I want gin. I want to go to church, and I want to drink gin. Just as legitimate. Absolutely fine. And Stuart Seaton in a confessional box with a loudspeaker. Good luck with that, brother. Good luck with that. Nana Hobob, just the most extravagant use of non-taxable funds to present the message of charity and humility. Pyrotechnics, lasers, singers, and musicians flying in from the rafters. Absolutely. Because if we can't inspire people to give of their hard-earned money without spending huge amounts of money to do it, then what are we doing? What is this church? Okay? Got to spend money to make money, even if it's more money than you get, because it's fun to have pyrotechnics. Points all round, guys. Those are some lovely churches, and I would show up to all of them. I think I'm pretty sure I'd show up to all of them. So we've only got one more round to do, guys. One more round to do, and it is, of course, the most exciting minute in quiz show history. Let's get to it. Killer Kilch says, what is happening in Hell's Kitchen? Same thing that's always happening in Hell's Kitchen. Chaos. Absolute chaos out here. This is what I'm dealing with. Yeah? Trying to bring you the best show that I can whilst madness and chaos happens outside. Does that mean I deserve more praise, more compliments? Yeah, maybe. So this is, for the uninitiated, the most exciting minute in quiz show history. I'm going to give you a topic that's going to be placed over here. This is not a black, just an image of blackness. This is an image of the light box that is not turned on. Once it's turned on, you'll see the answer. And you'll see that I can't have cheated at all. This is all about you reaching into my mind, intuiting what I have put on the light box and writing it in the chat. You can guess as many times as you want, but each guess must be in its own chat. So here we go. To commemorate the release this week of the latest Evangeline Lilly movie, Ant-Man, and the Wasp, Quantum, Mania. Types of insect. I'm thinking of one. It's written down there. Also, Jesus is thinking of it. Look into his eyes and intuit it. Intuit it. What could it be? What could it be? All of these insects. Wonderful work, guys. Slider. Lovely work. Daddy long legs. It's a wood louse. And here's a gnat. Gonna crane fly. Mosquito. It's a water boat man. Dragonfly. Here's an earwig. It's a hornet with a ladybug and a firefly. Here's a stink bug. Here's a head lice. Here's a moth stick, mayfly, butterfly, butte fly, stag beetle, termite, gnat, snail, bee, beetle, and slug. And that is... Thank you very much, Jesus, for helping out with that one, buddy. Wow. Wow. Well done, guys. Well done. Let the last ones trickle in. But the truth is, guys, the truth is that we already have a winner. Oh, yes. Let me just double check. Yeah. Let me just double check. We got at least one. Yep. We have a winner. And you are not going to believe it. Flea. We say a round of applause and a congratulations to Definitely Not Duda, who my guess is might not have necessarily needed those extra 2 points as much as others. But nevertheless, well done to Definitely Not Duda. So now you have all of the points that you could ever hope to get. But I want to let you know, guys, that whilst you tot up your scores and get them in the chat, I want to remind you that in this quiz, you're only competing against yourself. There is no point threshold to being smart. If you have all the questions right that you realistically could have expected to get, then you are smart. Art doesn't become successful because of the opinions of others or box office numbers. It becomes successful when you say, yeah, that's great. If you think your performance today was great, then it was great. No two ways about it. And if you're watching this on YouTube, not live, make sure you write down your score and your musing answers in the comments below, because I would love to hear how you did. How have you all done here, guys? How have you all done here? Killer Kilch 10, wonderful. Well done, Killer. You girl Sarah Kilch 16 at Kardashian knowledge. Really paying off there. TB Douglas 14, excellent work. Nana Hobob and AOL Time Warner, 12 apiece. Lovely, lovely stuff. SJ Beck 72. Oh dear, only 8. No oh dears. No oh dears. Always naysaying your answers here, SJ Beck 72. Let's keep this positive, shall we? Let's keep this positive. 16 for Definitely Not Duda. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Super Nash went 8-13. Well done, you. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Definitely Not Duda. Immediately ceding the victory. Immediately saying, no, not me. 9 for JRPV20 in advance on last time. Positive. Yes, JRPV20. I love that positivity. 10 points for both Stuart Seaton and I, so the eggs are being split. What a gosh, is this all just working out perfectly? We've got people willingly giving up the title. because there's not enough space on Definitely's trophy shelf. We've got people getting better than they got before. We've got a joint victory for a couple who are fighting over some mini eggs. This has all worked out perfectly. You girl Sarah Kilch, do you accept the victory, even though it was technically a tie? We can very easily do a round selector tie. That is no problem whatsoever. It's up to you. Oh, this has been lovely, hasn't it? I'd like to think that magnanimity. Oh, round selector. Girl Sarah Kilch wants to earn it. I think it's down to Jesus being here and the inherent goodness that he brings. Okay, so we're up for the games. Here we go. So Sarah Kilch and Definitely Not Duda. We did Red Herring, we did Yay or Nay, and we did Alpha Bart. You just need to pick any other one of these rounds. Any other one of these rounds. You each have a choice. Which one are you going for? So you can pick Who Dat Artiste, Look Close, Haikus Day, Gimme 5, Movie Ladder Spotlight, I Know That Voice, Iconic Art or Song Lyrics. Jesus is the goodest, isn't he? The goodnessest boy. Thank you, Nana. I know that can't have been easy for you to write. Which ones are you going for, guys? Definitely straight in with Iconic Art. Lovely. Girl Sarah Kilch Movie Ladder. Okay. Well, here it is. We said it was the most exciting minute before. We've got a pink. Is that either of them? That is Who Dat Artiste. It's not. We pick again. We pick again. Where am I? Oh, no, there I am. We pick here. Yellow. Yellow. I Know That Voice. We pick again. We pick again. Blue. Gimme 5. We pick again. This is... The tension is really... It's doing something pretty fun to my nipples. Iconic Art. Definitely Not Duda. Takes the victory once again. Excellent, excellent work. It couldn't have been fairer. It couldn't have been fairer. Congratulations. Definitely Not Duda. And congratulations, all of you. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had some fun. I hope you learned a little something. And I hope you felt creative all at the same time. I am Notme. I am Art, and I hope you'll join me next time, same place, in 2 weeks' time. So what date is that? What date is that? What date is that? I hope that you'll join me on the 5th. The 5th of March. The 5th of March. For another episode, another opportunity to improve your art and to say to yourself, yeah, baby, I am smart. We are smart. You are all smart, guys. Very, very smart. I'll see you on March the 5th, or if you're more UK-based, the 5th of March. Lovely stuff, Nana. That's great. That's great. Wonderful. Thank you so, so much, guys. I'll see you next time.
So there we go, and well done you, whatever your score might be. I definitely think that you are smart, though prob's not as smart as me. Your art will be better, trust me on this, should be nothing short of sublime. That's why you learn, and don't stop now, I'll see you right here next time. I am smart.